Well, I just thought I would contribute one or two things, and this is all about helping us understand what it means to live in a free world. I was scrolling by and I saw this topic about this influencer that has over 500 million or 1,000 followers or whatever, some huge number, 5 million followers, excuse me. And she had been doing a thing with this white man husband, she said. And she would come on a page and talk about how the husband changed her trajectory in life. The husband bought her a house. The husband made her a homeowner at 26. The husband did this. The husband did that. And they would do all kinds of things on her. Only for there to be one day an argument between the two of them. She got so pissed. And she came online. And she was talking about, well, let's not forget that I'm the one that put the down payment on the house. Let's not forget that I'm the one who bought the car. Let's not forget that I'm the one that did this, that did that. It's amazing how a lot of you have still decided to be foolish. There are certain things, certain guidelines that should be right now in your lives. I was on the phone trying to negotiate with a clinic over something, right? And this clinic called me immediately while I was still making the financial arrangement with a third party. And she's like, I could give you discounts and you don't have to do it online, and I could finish the deal for you for 0 interest. And I said, no. I don't know how that company got to know I was dealing with this one, but I will not take that free ride over the phone. I decided, thank you, no. Is it because I had the extra money to pay or to lose? No. But where you're looking for free stuff, looking for shortcuts, you never know, that call could be from India. That is how much technology has advanced. And some of you have still not caught on. I would rather go through the company I was dealing with. They have a name. I'm sure I've dealt with them in the past. I know my personal information, my health information will be safe with them through IPA commitment. What is the commitment? Those that you are following, trying to follow their trends and act like them, be like them, take the shortcuts, have for you. What is the assurance? It matters a lot. Yorubas call something akmole. It means dignity. It doesn't matter your culture, your religion, your language. Anything you get involved in that can strip you of dignity. Now that brings me, I'm not so digressing, it's all going to tie together in the end. This girl called Shewa has been on TikTok. DJ Chicken was making love to her, banging her, straight life. And that goes for all you TikTokers. Then she had the opportunity to be on a classy program. Her name is Shewa. And immediately she showed up, the man was thrilled, he was impressed. And he started complimenting her. And somebody, part of the panel said, is that not Shewa? Shewa koniye. And the guy was looking, he was lost because he didn't know who Shewa was. He said, Omoti DJ Chicken in Basun, in a live program. DJ Chicken was intimate with her on a live program. She left. And that is what is awaiting some of you. In the moment you want to trend, you make love online, you bring your secrets out that will follow you for the rest of your life. Do you know how many things that I could have done? But then I think about my son. I think about myself. I think about my career, not the profit I was going to make, because anything in life that involves gain is a hit or miss. What if even I get the money? Where do I go with the money? What kind of people will I have the opportunity in life to with dignity associate with, that money will now have value, growth and elevation, those that can take me from one stage in life to another? You never think of that. You just think of the present moment. So I didn't fall for the pharmacy phone. Now, it could be true, it could have been a lie. I don't care. What I know is that I do have rest of mind dealing with the sure side that I'm very comfortable with. Now, when it comes to relationships and men, you hear all kinds of stories. I've been in America since 1996. I've never dated a white man. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with them, but every time the opportunity has presented itself, I step back and I look. Not just about the wealth they display. If you don't know, they too are no different from the bad Nigerians. They're fraudulent, they lie, they cheat. If you have to date someone that makes you crave your own after a while, who are you fooling? Yes, I do have friends that I'm married to. In fact, I have a friend that is about 45 years old that is married to an 80-year-old, but that's because the white man allows for her to do, what do you call that? A swinger. They go to different nightclubs and they have this thing they do, and he sleeps with whoever and she sleeps with whoever. But she also comes online, drives a nice cool car, lives in a big huge house. They have homes all over, but atuboton, repercussions. We're still watching that movie. When it comes to the matter of the heart, you must first get the discipline and have the principle before you start looking at color or race or whatever. In a free world, this is a free world. I'm not talking about when you are caught in your cultural vices or you are under the control of religious fantasies. Religious fanaticism and cultural vices where your hands are tied to the back. That is the only time you can do what they do there. But when it comes to you being in a free world like this, you don't even hold anybody that explanation. There is no kind of relationship that I have not seen work. One of my uncles has been married to a black American now for almost 40 years. They have peace. And no, it is not like my other uncle that is married to the same black American, another woman, but she just has lived out her life as deprived, but religion keeps her going. I'll tell you what I mean. One has a wife that he has been 100% faithful to. Now, I don't know what happened in the younger years, but that family remains intact. The 2 children, herself and the husband. And they're happy. They come to the reunions. I see that when I talk to her, she's not disturbed by my culture. She listens to us just yaki away in my language, and she doesn't feel threatened. That shows that over the years, the husband has been able to be a true man, a kind man, a good man, a husband, and he would have been a good husband to anybody that he would have married. She got lucky. Meanwhile, my other uncle still has his marriage intact, but he has more than 5 children from 5 different women all around town. Nigerian women, American women, all these people having children for him. His home too is been intact, but you can see the lack of joy and fulfillment in the life of his wife. They go to parties. She shows up maybe 1 out of 200 times. Oh, he honors her. He throws big parties. At least I've attended 2. And when they're there, all the different children from the different women say how wonderful she is. That is herself. She goes to church. She comforts and consoles herself with her husband's absence. It's so bad that if the husband, even when he went to Nigeria, still had a baby, he is in his 70s, oh, he still managed to find somebody that he built a home with for the 1 year he was just supposed to go for something he went to do. They're both married. Which one would you prefer? My friend and her husband, 40 years or so apart. When you look at them, you see them, all the families have accepted them from the man's side, and she doesn't really give a hoot about her own family. As long as she has the money, she's living the high life, but she's fucking every other guy that she feels like it. Even though the guy has only knowledge of one that is permanently, supposedly hers, but not always together. If she goes on vacation, the man knows that the boyfriend is coming. The life that we live doesn't have to be validated by anybody. Our life sometimes in itself is a punishment with bigger consequences waiting to happen. Because we are examples not just to our children, but to others around us. And it doesn't matter how people don't condemn or criticize you. It is still your life. Let me talk to you about being human, not about following trends. I have seen marriages that have come home to bite the men. You watch your wives. You stay at home. Babysitter. You won't pull your weight even if you are not as learned as she is. Even if your job will not allow you to make as much as she does. She's the one that goes out to make the money because she's the big wig. She's the more learned one. She's the more secure job-wise. She's a nurse, a doctor, a lawyer. She has all this degree. So you become relaxed and you become house husband. Let me tell you the truth today. It is not in our nature. We are not built like that. Any woman that tells you she will do it is lying to you. That she will abhor you without you putting in your best foot forward as a man. I'm not saying your salaries will be the same, but she will see that in your mini stage, with your little pay, you are putting in your effort to max your best within that range. That your education, the job opportunities can afford for you to be. Women are like that because naturally God wants us to be tended to, nurtured and appreciated, and protect. You are a provider and a protector. But some of you are foolish enough because you have just managed to equal your ability to make money and the weight of your salaries to the fact that that sets you not apart, but sets you into the category of men that must try harder, that must have dignity to protect the kind of respect you want from your wife over time. And when we come out to tell people how much we've been carrying the load, you lose respect. If you come out to tell people how much you have been carrying the load, that's how it's a man's thing. Understand the way things work. I have seen black women from all around the world married to black Americans. For years, I've always wondered, why is it that every rich man, every rich African man, or so it seemed to me, like to run after white girls and marry them. But I don't worry about that anymore because I know the formulas of the white girls. Yes, because you men, you go marry these white girls, okay? These Asian girls, this all kinds of light-skinned color girls. And you still think you can get away with all the laxity and lasciviousness and cheating and all that you do. Do it to them. They will shoot your ass. Even if you don't, they will call you one day because I've seen it happen. They had a good, beautiful marriage. We all will go and visit, and always the husband will say, speak in English, speak in English. But this white girl had all her family members from A to Z, cousin or auntie, living in the basement, going into the kitchen and doing everything. The things you sacrifice to be with somebody that is not from your race is a lot. I'm giving you all the scenarios so that you can pick which one you want, because it's not my place to tell you what to do. But most successful black men in America like to go for the white girls. Now they're beginning to have contracts, conditional marriages and conditional dating, because they know, you too know what we know. As soon as you make it, like Tiger Woods that married a nanny. The girl waited, and look at how she almost she was the major downfall of Tiger Woods. They wait for you to get to the highest pinnacle, then they cut you loose, as long as they have enough money to live the kind of life they want with their kind of men. It's a choice. For me, it's not marrying a white man or a black man. The same principles that I use, that I have, should I find love on that side of town, is what I would have. What am I saying? My happiness, my heart, my love, who I want to be with is not a communal service. It's not a societal decision. For a white man to qualify to be with me, I need criteria to pogon. Because I want to be able to joke in my language, speak in my I can't go, except I'm in a professional setting. I cannot go 30 minutes without speaking my language, even to an Igbo man, to a Filipino person. I don't care. Only if it is in a professional setting do I not just let that part of me show. I love it. I love my language. I love the way I can just bring it in and throw it there. And then I'll tell you, ask all my friends, ask even the ones that we talk that are not official matters at work. I will always tell you, my mother used to say in my tongue, my father would say in my dialect, what I learned from home as a child, I always refer to that birthplace, my personal space, my uniqueness that makes me, sets me apart from everybody else in the world, even if we speak the same language. Mulawa just said, my special gift. So I just want you to know that right now that Donald Trump has taken away all those things that can make us as preferred sex of the black race, as black women away, the men are having a field day, especially Issa Bako. Issa is having an amazing day with his 1 second, 1 minute clips, just hammering, as if all the black women in America had a meeting to victimize their black counterparts. We didn't. We're different. The fact that the majority do it doesn't mean that all of us have to pay for it. You get what I'm saying? I like my fine black bobo, and if I happen to end up with a white man tomorrow, the same criteria, are you still able to have sex? Are you a real man that can take care of me? I am not going to lie to my friends and be the one to pay the rent, be the one to buy your car, be the one to do, because Mofedia MRS, Mrs. I will be deceiving them. While I am dying on the inside, it will never be my portion. A man has to be a man. This influencer actually had her own money. She was doing well. She picked the guy as an homeless dude. That white guy was sleeping on his friend's couch. She took him away from there, rented him an apartment, tushed him up with her money. And now that the tempers are cooled off, she had the guts to go back to her program and was trying to talk again. The way she used to, what the people told her? Fuck up, bitch. We remember you. The world will remember the things that you do. But you are who I'm concerned about. Because when they finish doing their foolishness and performances, they may have conducive atmospheres and situations that allow them to get away with it. Do you have that? Like I said a few weeks ago, one of my patients was saying, baby got away with that. Plead the fifth, don't talk. That's how he won the case. I said, and who is baby? He says, a popular artist. I said, how rich is he? Oh, baby is very rich. And you are going to use the same formula. No wonder you are at a mental institution. The way the rich think is different from the poor. And when they make mistakes, somehow they find their balance back. Because when there's money, everything seems to align back again. At least the pain and the dejection won't last that long. Remember who you are. Your love story is not to impress your neighbors or your friends. You have love where you find it. For me, sex is an important part of my relationship. And it will be until I die. The Bible says, delight in the wife of your youth, because you would have had your early years to build things and understand each other and make as much love as you want to. And I tell you, it is possible to be satisfied with the goodnesses that have been in your life, with the kindnesses, with the love that you've built. You can live well from memories. It doesn't have to continue, but you will first build so that you can have something to draw from, to feed your soul. And that emptiness, whenever it comes to haunt you, and that person is no longer able to supply it. It's called loyalty. It's called dignity. It's called fairness. It's called godliness. It's called kindness. But when I'm doing it again as an adult, now I get the chance to do a la carte. I want this head, I want that tail, I want this, I want this. As long as I'm willing to wait or even not get at all what I want, knowing that if I go into it with a rush or settle for something that is substandard, I will not stay in there, and I don't have the energy I used to when I was in my 20s to begin again. Because when you marry somebody, their friends become your friend. Your friend becomes his friend to a certain extent. His life and your life merge. And so when you leave, things are impacted. It is the younger generation or women that have stayed in domestic abuse or relationship with narcissistic people that can think they found freedom in their old age. But when you, with your eyes open and the years on your life, go into a relationship that is wrong, it upsets you. You will not forgive yourself. It sets you back, and it makes you lose dignity, makes you lose respect in the eyes of those that matter. Your mistakes in your 20s, in your 30s are not the same when you are in your 40s and your 50s and your 60s. You don't have too much time to do it again and still expect people to take you as serious as they used to. So to the women that are the ones protecting your financial interest and supplying your men and standing by them and making them look good, kudos to you. I am not your judge. As long as those men are faithful and are loyal and are dedicated and are in the game, presently pulling the best weight they can within the small salaries that they can bring home, I am okay with that, and I think God himself okays that. But to you, that you know you are the one paying everything, yet you tell your friend, he bought me a car, he bought you. It is the one that you bought yourself. Shame on you. And then the shame is still really coming to hit you, because as long as you lie to people, things that you don't even need to bring up. What is people's business with who is paying the bills in your home? Who needs to know that? But see, because you're a hypocrite and you speak out those lies, guess what? That man will mess you up in the head, because you are showing him how desperate you are to hang on to him as the relative factor to your dignity, to your relevance. And he knows that you're misleading everybody around you, so that makes you dishonest. You deserve one another. Congratulations. And to you, men, that your wives are making more salaries than you are, it does not give you the right or access to remain relaxed. Don't say a salary is enough for two. You must pull your weight as a man. It is not how much you bring, it is how much you do. Are you getting me? It is how you position yourself in her life that makes you a husband. Just because she makes that much money and can provide the best life for you doesn't mean that with your minimal wage and your little to no qualifications, you will not be pulling in your weight. We're not built to be like you, to just continue to do and do and do. You do for the children, you do for your family, you do for your wives. And yokunrin, let me do this my cultural way for all the good men out there. Thank you. Sheripori kunle ni mo abi se funky. Ẹ ṣé, adúpẹ́. Àwọn obìnrin tó rí wá pé a mọ̀ níyì fún yín. Ìyẹn ò ní kẹ́ lọ dódòkúdò ń ta ká má yàrí o. And that doesn't mean that we will not still have a voice. We're in a free world. But we appreciate all that you do. I just needed to let you know that the matters of the heart is not a communal discussion. You find your place in the land of love stories. You find your place in the land of happiness. Find your place in the lands of power and liberty. Find your happiness, your heart's peace, wherever love leads you. Look out. Elizabeth Adioloshide. Iriel, I love you. And good luck. May God hold your homes. And you that are equal, once loved one another, take it easy. Shejeje, suru, shejeje. Understand one another. That pride and ego needs to go. You need to come to it. Because wherever you go, you'll start over again. Now, when I talk about marriages like that, it's different if you have been abused or somebody doesn't recognize your existence. That's not marriage. That is prison. You have a right to leave. And by the way, today's Tina Turner's birthday. Posthumous birthday to that woman with great legs. But Tina Turner was more than beauty. She taught us that it doesn't matter how deep you are tied to a man. Finances, marital, reputation, career, how deep, out of trust and vulnerable moment, out of lack of action or dependency, you are with a narcissist, a violent man, a liar, an abuser that doesn't know that you exist, that is always beating you, raising up his hands to slap you down, jeopardizing your career and ability to rise and make it in life. You can leave him. You can leave him. That is the exact and perfect example, situation of Aragbelaye. Whatever it is that you will lose in a bad relationship, however it sets you back, you would just have but procured your life, your peace, your existence, your joy, the future of your children. You would just have procured it with the losses that you would have incurred. If you know what's in my head, I have the kind of money now. I'm different from all of you. You know all those Indian or Turkish chairs, all those Saudi Arabian chairs that you come into your house, everything is gold, 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 gold. I don't like that. See, that's me. I have my style, my taste. Just because you go into somebody's house and everything is blah, 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 it doesn't touch me. I like nature. I'm the kind of person that will use a direct for cotton. I will use Ankara for a bed sheet, and I will wear it in stylish ways. I would go to Nigeria or get somebody to craft me a chair. I will use a natural mat. My fish cotton said, no, that is my taste. It doesn't matter how rich I get. You get me? I like that African flair, that natural stuff. I want to sit on the floor and eat from the mat. If possible, I want to eat with my hands. There are times that you feel like you need to be classy and chic. I have enough of those people around me. If I feel like it, I go to the top tier restaurant and pay for that. But in my home, that's the way of, I'm so happy that's where my son is too. We like space. We don't like things everywhere. We want to breathe. We want to breathe. We want to keep it simple. I don't want you to ever come to visit me and think you have a chance to arrange for somebody to come and rob me. Property, you understand what I mean? That is how I am. But I want my bank account to be screaming rich. I want my car to scream elegance. I want the other things to scream, but I want me to be simple. I want my home, an extension of me, to be comfortable. Of course, the technology I use at home must be top tier. Probably speakers built into the walls. Combo. I'm not an extremist in any area. I just want to remind you, your life is your choice. Your happiness is from the efforts that you make. The pretenses and the lies will take that away. It's not a matter of white or black. Who do I choose? It's a matter of where love leads me. I haven't checked all the check marks to the peace of my mind and the happiness of my heart and the dreams, the growth, establishment, support, and growth of the dreams that I carry up here. Your IQ has to measure. That is the number one thing for me. Real. I can't. It's not in my gene. I don't have it. I respect those who do. I'm sorry, I can't. You must be pulling the best of your weight, or you gotta go. I'm serious. I don't have it. My father took care of all of us, paid his way. By the time my father died, he must still have been feeding almost 20 people plus his workers at the age of 89. I'm sorry. That one thing, because I know that you men are strong like lions. You're kings, even the ones without crowns. God made you that way. You are leaders. You are the head and not the tail. Just like I'm the head and not the tail. But our dynasties are different. You are supposed to come into the room and peace enters with you. You're supposed to stand there and dignity covers you. Reverence. When you look at me, which I can get in professor, me ò fẹ́ kí n máa wo bí fish head tó kọ́ ń tó ń sọ̀rọ̀. If you are not man enough, I'm sorry, you won't even have the chance to view the woman that I am. Your girl, Elizabeth Adela Shitty.